In 3 days, Mexican Grand Prix for this weekend. As you can see, we have no upgrades incoming. So let's see the specialists for this weekend. Available the last 4. Power Unit Consultant, fighting to reach level 3. Yes, we reached level 2. That means we have an extra perk. Component cost reduced by 50%, 15%. Let's fight to reach level 3. So that is very great. Double the effectiveness of the previous upgrades. That's great. Goals available. Finish in a better position than your teammate in qualifying, or achieve 5 purple sectors during the race weekend. I think this is much easier. Material fabrication planner. We need only 100 points more to reach second level. Goals. Complete 6 laps in practice sessions, or complete 12 laps during a race weekend. Both are very easy. Quality assurance tester. We are in level 2. Fighting for reaching level 3. Goals. Spend over 55 seconds in 6 years during a race weekend, or live and goals for 35 seconds or more during a race weekend. Select this one. And finally, strategy analyst. Level 2. Let's see if we can reach level 3 before the end of the season to get a lot of points as rewards per weekend. Goals. Complete a driving lap in 3 different sessions, or perfect 2 practice programs during a race weekend. This one. So this is the as I said, the department completes. Driver details. Despite the bad race I had in United States with all these penalties, in overall was positive, the ratings. You know, I gained some points. That means, as you can see in the graph, we are probably this weekend we will be able to reach target 75. That is exactly the target we set at the beginning of the season, and it will be really nice to do it. So basically, we are there. In accolades, still reaching or trying to achieve the top 5 qualifying. It's the only one I can achieve before the end of the season, because we have 7 qualifying sessions in top 5. We need 3 more, 5 races to go. Let's see if in Mexico it's possible to do, and in that way to reach much more points for the ratings. So it will be the 3rd accolade after the tier 1 top 10 finishes and tier 1 championship points. So let's see if we can fight for this one. In rivalries, after the US Grand Prix, Alex scored some points in the sprint. In race, we did not score points, any of us. So the difference now, as you can see, is still being really big. Is 68 points difference. In qualifying results, I beat Alex again in both sprint and qualifying. 16-3. In qualifying is by far my best area this season. Podium finishes, I still beating Alex with the podium I achieved in Saudi Arabia. Highest qualifying position, I beat Alex thanks to my pole position in Monaco. Race results, this is the thing. In race results, Alex beat me the other day. 11-8. It's close. 5 races to go. So basically, if this weekend I beat Alex, he only will be able to match me at the end of the season if he is able to beat me in the last 4 races. And if Alex beat me, this fight will get really close. So let's try to stay ahead of Alex. And best finishing position, my podium in Saudi Arabia is 3rd, and best finish of Alex is 6th. So still doing very good. And in rivalry with Duhan, we are still fighting for 76 rating. It's looking good. We are in 74 as Duhan. But probably this weekend we will be in 75. So let's see if we can reach 76 before the end of the season to gain this rivalry, to gain more points for ratings. So I think it's possible. Rating graphs. After US Grand Prix and all the penalties and my bad result, to be honest, I gained some points. I was not expecting that, so it's nice. And I was not expecting that. I was expecting to lose points in the ratings, but not. Experience, I am finishing the race, I gain experience. In racecraft, I did some overtakes, but also I lost a lot of places in comparison to my starting position. But I think all people I pass on track was give me some points in the ratings, and even increase a bit the racecraft. Awareness. This one was stuck because obviously I received two drive-through penalties and one 10 seconds time penalty, plus one 3 seconds time penalty for corner cutting. So 4 penalties in the same race. As you can see in the awareness, is the only one that did not increase the last weekend. Pace increased a bit because my qualifying session was good. My fastest lap in race was not bad. And focus obviously dropped a bit because I finished in P17 and we are the 5th fastest team, so I should have finished P9 or 10, and obviously that's not what I did. But in general, we won some points, so we gained some points, I mean. And I would like to complete a good weekend in Mexico to, increase the ratings more and more. So let's see if we can do it. Well, private rating comparison, and now R&D. Okay, this weekend, guys, we have not too many points. We are developing now the exhaust that should be ready after the Mexican Grand Prix, and Alex is developing the MUH reliability that should be ready for Brazil, I think. So we only have 293 points. That is not too much, as I said. And yeah, not many things to do. We have to do this, that is to adapt pieces for 26 regulations. Normally in my career modes I don't do that because I only play 1 season per game, and obviously I don't need to do that. But I'm thinking that the next game, the F126 game, will be an expansion or extra content that we have to buy, an extension of this game. And my question is, I don't know if we can continue our career mode in season 2 with the new upgrades and updates in the game, with the 26 cars, the 26 drivers, so I'm not sure if we can do that. If in case we can do it, I should to do this to to adapt the pieces for 26, but it costs points that I don't have. So for this weekend I have not too many points to do this. So basically this weekend I cannot do anything because the rest of the pieces are really expensive for me, considering the points I have. They are really, really expensive, and I think I cannot develop anything this weekend. Oh, we have a superior arc brake. General wear, that's great. I finished the last one of the season. That give us more reliability in general, but even in this area I cannot develop anything about it. So yeah, basically guys, this weekend in terms of developing the car, it will be frozen, because no points enough. Anyway, the upgrades we have previous weekends work really well, so we are still in a good position. And yeah, maybe this weekend some people can catch us, some teams, but we're still in a very good position, so I'm not really concerned or worried about it. So yeah, basically in R&D today, no many things to do. Well, as you can see even in the graph, it says that we are ahead of Mercedes. Not sure about it. Let's see, we have to check that once we go to the Mexican Grand Prix panel. But for the moment we are 4th fastest. Looks that. What else? Vehicle. Okay, as always in practice sessions I like to reserve some components of the engine. In this case, let's use we can use the 3rd or 2nd ICE because both are similar, 56%. So let's keep using the 3rd engine, and in qualifying and race let's use the 4th. In kinetic, we have 2 new kinetics, so we can still use in this one. In heat, the same, we have a completely new one, so we can use the 3rd or the 2nd. And in let's put the second just for practice. Energy store, we had a penalty because we use an extra one in the United States Grand Prix. The only piece that is I was not able to use only the mandatory pieces per season, but now that we have a new one, we can use the second one for practice. That is in 54. Turbo, we are using the third, but for practice let's use the second one. Electronics, we can use the first piece, unit, and gearbox, we have a lot of gearboxes. So this is the component allocation for the practice sessions, and then in qualifying and race I will switch to a more fresh components, you know. Tire allocation, okay. For this weekend we have C5, C4 and C2. That means there is a step in the middle between the medium and the hard. That's interesting. This track normally it's really smooth on tires. It's very easy to save tires. It's not a very demanding track in terms of tire degradation. So basically in here I'm not really worried about it. Normally it's one stop race in dry conditions. If it's not raining, it's one stop race, easy. So here the key is to have as much as soft tires as possible. So for this weekend I will go for the softer tire allocation because I think it's gonna be really easy to do one stop. So full soft tires this weekend, guys, because at the end of the day, as always, qualifying is very important, starting position is very important. So yeah, let's go for it. And standings, what happened after the US Grand Prix? I did not score points, so I still 96, but my gap with Alonso is closer. Alonso scored some points in Cota, so now the gap with Fernando Alonso for 8th place is it's actually 32 points. Big gap, but it's not decisive still, I think. And in constructors, as you can see, we are really safe for 5th place. I think we will finish 5th, probably. It's not over yet, but I think we are in a good position to finish 5th, as in real life. So that's great. Yeah, it's very. I think it's the place where that we belong. You know, we were the 5th fastest in the whole most of the season, so 5th place will be nice. In terms of championship context, you know, after what happened in Cota, Max Verstappen starting 12th. I wanted to get top 6 last year, and I did. They got P5. Oh, okay, that's nice. Championship context. Max, after the DNF in Singapore at the 5th place in the United States Grand Prix because he started 12th, Norris was able to finish 3rd and 1st the last 2 races, and now the gap is 60 points. Okay, the gap is really big because there's still 5 races and 2 sprints. Williams said, "I'm coming for you, Ferrari." Me? I'm fighting to get a seat in Mercedes. Let's see if we can do it for the next game. As I said, in championship context, 60 points is a lot, but who knows? It's the McLaren car actually is the fastest by far over the other teams. So Lando needs to win probably the next races, the next 3-4 races. If he's able to win the next races, and Verstappen is not able to get good results, maybe we have championship from here until the end of the season. Your opinion on higher driving for Red Bull this year? My opinion? I'm excited about it. I mean, for me it's a good driver. He did really good season last year. For me was probably the best rookie overall last season. But obviously against Max, I think it's gonna be difficult for him. So yeah, okay. It's not for me. I think he will do well, but obviously I think Max will beat him because I mean, it's always happen. Any teammate, you know. So let's see. But I think he has potential to do a great season. Obviously, we don't know because we have to consider that 26 is a completely new season, new regulations. We don't know where Red Bull will be, so if I say I say if you score points, that's good start. Me in Mexico, do you mean, or what? So, well, as I said, let's see, we have championship from here until the end of the season, but we need Norris still winning races. Leclerc finished 4th in Kota after 3 consecutive wins, still 3rd. Piastri, another podium after a very bad mid part of the season. He's doing well now. Let's see if he can catch Leclerc or not. Hamilton 5th in the standings after a podium in Kota. Double podium in the sprint as well. So he's there in the fight for P3, P4. Russell, very consistent, always finishing 6th. Really close to Lewis. Then is Tsunoda with a DNF in Kota. He will finish 7th probably in the standings. Then is me. That after a good streak of points in the middle part of the season from Italy, now my season has been a bit chaotic, or not. It's not been consistent because I finished 10th in Italy, then terrible race in Azerbaijan with that crash, then great race in Singapore, then once again out of the points for the safety car issues or what happened in that race. So let's see if the final 5 races we are able to score points in all of them and to reach also or break the 100 points barrier. That would be very nice for me, a great achievement. So let's see if we can do that. As I said, Alonso finished 7th in Kota, so you know the gap now is smaller. Antonelli scored some points as well, and Ocon, so not Albon. He scored some points in the sprint, so Albon is there, but let's see if we can catch Ocon before the end of the season. And then in the last, the bottom part of the standings, Gasly 18 points, Hülkenberg scored a point, so he's matched with Stroll now. Terrible season by Stroll, by the way. And then Lawson, Bortoletto, Berman with points, and Hayar and Duhan the only drivers without points. So in my career mode, Duhan is not doing great. So yeah, let's see if he's able to score points in one of the final races. And finally, move on to the stats before to go to the Grand Prix panel. Stats, my average finish now is 10th, it's not 9th. So let's see if we can fix that in the next race, after the next race. My average grid now is 7, it's not 6. So again, let's see if in Mexico can turn around the situation and to make a bit better the average finishing and grid for the stats. A lot of kilometers driven, a lot of laps driven. Let's see if we can reach the 2,000 mark of laps driven before the end of the season. I think yes, if we finish all races. And guys, now it's time to move on to the Grand Prix panel. Tire allocation, let me check it, that is okay. Softer tire allocation. And now it's time to see, basically, if we have rain or not. After 2 consecutive races with rain at some point, let's see if this weekend it's gonna be wet or not. So move on, let's go. Here we are. No, this weekend no rain at all. Okay, I take it. Fully dry, as you've seen the graphics. Message. Remember, for this weekend we have 2 sets of hards, 3 sets of medium, and 8 sets of soft tires. In development, well, this is wrong. Basically, this is a summary of the all pieces we have developed the whole season, but I mean, it's not it's not new upgrades, it's the upgrades we have actually. Weather forecast, as you can see, this weekend is fully dry. Classic Mexico as well. Here it's difficult to see rain. Qualifying a bit cloudy, but no rain at all. And in race, fully dry. Bright skies, a bit of clouds at the end, but fully dry. And now let's watch the the development race. Now Mercedes is ahead of us. I think they have improved. Yes, they have improved a bit, enough to once again be the 4th fastest team this weekend. So basically we come back to the position we naturally should be the whole season, 5th. We are again the fifth fastest team for this weekend because we have no upgrades, and with a good margin with Aston Martin, that is the next team. By the way, Aston Martin also has not upgrades for this weekend, but some of the teams at the bottom like Haas, Alpine and RB, I think this Haas, Alpine, they have big upgrades here, and especially Alpine is now really close to Aston Martin. Remember that in the previous race Alpine was the slower car of the grid, and now thanks to the package they have brought this weekend, they are the 7th fastest. They leapfrog 3 teams in 1 week, so that's amazing. Haas also have upgrades, some upgrades, and Sauber and RB no. So basically the distance between Aston Martin and Alpine and Haas, it's tighter, but and also they close a bit the gap with me, with us, with Williams, but in general we have good margin with the bottom 5 teams. So that means we should to be fighting for points this weekend as usual, and we are really matched with Mercedes as well. So basically we are there. We are in the fight with Mercedes for this weekend as well. So let's see if we can put some fight. At the top I'm seeing that McLaren has no upgrades, but Ferrari and Red Bull yes. So the distance between McLaren and Ferrari and Red Bull is a bit tighter as well. But anyway, McLaren is still having the best car. So let's see if Lando Norris can still win in races and try to make the Drivers' Championship a bit more exciting, you know, closing the gap with Verstappen in every race from now to the end of the season. And basically, this is the whole story of the weekend preview this weekend of the Mexican Grand Prix. Basically now, let's check the programs we have for this practice 1 session that will start in 16 minutes. So don't forget, guys, to move on to Twitch if you are on YouTube, guys, to watch the session. And the practice programs we have, it's race strategy, tire management, and ERS management. Finally, we have not the qualifying program. That is I hate that program. I hate that program, man. It's really unrealistic, the qualifying program, because the target lap times that the team set to you are out of the moon, out of the league, of the league to be completed. So happy to don't see the qualifying program again. And we have the ERS management that we will try to complete now in practice 1. The tire management probably I will do it also in practice 1, and the race strategy in practice 2, because it's the program that simulates race pace, and it's much more ideal to do it or to complete in practice 2 because the daytime is the same than race day. So let's reserve this race strategy program for practice 2. And yeah, I think that's it. So basically, guys, now as I said, in 15 minutes I will be racing practice 1 in Mexico. And now, guys, people that is on YouTube, please move on to Twitch because it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, people on YouTube. Your support is always amazing. And now, as I said, move on to Twitch and see you there. And in 14 minutes let's start the practice session. So